Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Leanna, and today I just have a final wrap up of my 30 minutes in a thrift store series. I just want to talk about a few things that I learned and a few things that surprised me and what ended up being my favorite store. I'm not going to go through all the little details of each store, but I will link that playlist down below. It should be in either the June Miss or the Hauls playlist. Go back and watch them. I had a lot of fun doing it. So I went to I can't speak anymore. I went to 5 different thrift stores in my area. Spent 30 minutes in each, and I kept track of what I spent, how many items I got, and what ended up being the cost of goods per item. I had a lot of fun doing this. I went to a couple of stores that I haven't been to in a long time, and I was pleasantly surprised by going to the bins. The experience was fine. I was not overwhelmed. I got great items. I did not spend very much money, so that is a huge plus. I think for me, the only thing with the bins is that I will have to learn to restrain myself because I can see me just piling everything into my car. And that's not a good thing because I am limited on my storage. And I don't want a big, huge death pile, because the business is more, it's not just about the sourcing, it's also about the listing and about the selling, and I have to remember that, and I would get very excited at the bins. The bins is also an hour away from us, so I take into consideration gas costs, but we do combine going to the cross-border shipper with going to the bins or going to the Mission Thrift or going to whatever, so we do combine that errand, and that will help alleviate some of the gas costs. The other stores I went to, my local Goodwill is still by far my favorite store to go to. I've not been into that store and not left with something really good, and I don't spend a ton of money there. I do shop their sales, and when I did this experiment, it was a yellow-green 50% off tag sale, so I did really well. However, if I just paid normal prices for the items I got, instead of it being $3.40 per item per cost of goods, it would have been $6.80, which is not bad. I know thrift store prices are going up, and some thrift stores, which we're going to get to in a second, their prices are insane. But for me, that is pretty good cost of goods, and I know that at that price point, I can find some really good items. And it's local. I don't have to worry about combining it with other errands necessarily. The Value Village. What surprised me with my Value Village? Before the experiment, I always knew that I could go in and find shoes. They would miss great shoe brands all the time. So I knew that going in. We did donate and got a 20% off coupon, but I noticed on my receipt that only like half of the items had been reduced by 20%. So I was like, okay, what happened there? What's going on? And if you watch the video, you know that I had to return a pair of shoes. The return policy is very simple. Original tags with your receipt within 14 days. And what you do is you get a credit that you have to spend that day. Easy peasy, no questions asked. It was wonderful. I asked her about my receipt and the 20% off. And she said that it's 20% off up to $50. And yet I always thought, and I don't know if I read wrong when I originally had read the coupons, I thought it was 20% off if you spent $50 or more. So lesson learned, 20% off up to $50. And I will remember that. Value Village was the highest cost of goods, but they're also shoes, and for me, shoes tend to be a little more expensive, and I will still shop at that store because of what I find in the shoe department. It won't be every week. It might be every 2, maybe every 3 weeks that I will go in and search for new items. The St. Vincent de Paul that I visited, I do like this store. One thing against it is 20 minutes in a direction that I don't go in on a regular basis, and if we're doing that, it's only to go to that store. Normally, I find great things. I have in the last few times I went, except for the time I did this experiment where I ended up with only 2 items and spent like $7.50 per item. But Paul ended up finding some really good items, so I would keep that in the rotation. maybe once every couple of months. It's not somewhere that I'm so excited to go to all the time. Mission Thrift. I know that my local Mission Thrift haul was a bust. I ended up with one item that I'm not even 100% sure about reselling because it is a little more damaged than I thought. And what happened there is our Mission Thrift, our local Mission Thrift, has colored tag sales that change Saturday morning. So Saturday morning's the new sale. We did not go in Saturday morning. We went in a few days after that. So all the sale tags were probably already gone. That was my bad. That was not the store's fault. I think if we had gone in on the Saturday morning and spent the half an hour, then my haul would have been that much better. I will keep this store on the rotation because in the past it's been great. Maybe go Saturday morning, shop the sales, and because it's only 5 minutes from the house, and that makes a huge difference. The Mission Thrift store that I did end up doing the haul for, or doing the experiment with, is by the cross-border shipper, so we have an hour's drive. I have been into this store probably 13, 15 times now. I think there's only been once that I walked out empty-handed. That is a good indication that they get good donations, that their regular prices are really good, and that to me means a lot. I can get good things at a reasonable price, helps my business. So really, overall, my favorite store is going to be my local Goodwill. The bins is absolutely phenomenal for prices, and I will definitely be going back. I learned that 30 minutes seems like no time at all, but is actually more than enough time to grab some items that you can resell and make a profit in. And to me, learning that about time is sort of phenomenal because you don't need hours and hours in order to do this job. You can go in with a set amount of time, and that way you can manage your time better. And in this business, our time is our money. So I'd much rather source for half an hour and then list and then sell, and yes, you get it. So that's about it. I don't know what else to say. I'm hoping that you are enjoying my everyday videos. They are getting close to the end of June, but if you are enjoying them, please give me a thumbs up. If you are new here and not subscribed, if you enjoy reseller content, please consider subscribing. Right now, like I said, I am uploading every single day for the month of June. However, under normal circumstances, I will be uploading 2 to 3 times a week. And that's it. It is Saturday night, and I hope everybody has a fantastic night. Bye, guys.